are desperate and willing to do anything to get a headline that detracts from the fact that that man, that her husband, who has been denying is his child for many years, is about to finally get that DNA result that everybody has been so desperately waiting for.
He took the DNA thing with it was ancestry type shit. I think it like somebody popped up on it, like, because you got different kids. That's the different.
Girl, you best grab a seat because this tea right here is really hot. Just when we believed that things couldn't get much messier, the man who claimed to be Jay-Z's hidden son showed up, Another woman just appeared, out of nowhere, and claimed to be Jay-Z's daughter and girl, in order to support her accusations. She is also requesting a DNA test. Now, the news sparked a frenzy on the internet. However, Jaguar Wright entered the conversation and revealed some previously unheard of information about the woman who recently came forth as Jay-Z's daughter, just as the Beehive was attempting to make sense of what was going on between Jay-Z and Beyoncé behind closed doors. And yes, Jaguar's question about whether you all think Jay-Z could have had his first child at 42, given the kind of crazy lifestyle he led in the past, left everyone in disbelief. This is going to be a hot mess. You guys, so take a seat and let's dissect this. For more than 10 years, Jay-Z has been the focus of paternity drama, and it all began when he was called out for being his father by a man named Rai. His godmother now claims that Jay was willing to deal with it in private, and even gave Rai a record deal to keep things low-key. However, she claims that after his legal team investigated the specifics, things changed. His in-house attorney called me, and they were very helpful, so we decided to settle this in private, she claimed. Even though Reimer needed to complete high school, they discussed his musical abilities and whether now would be a good time to sign him to his record label. So I said no. Suddenly, other attorneys became involved and their perspective shifted entirely. Given that Wanda was supposedly underage, I believe they understood that Sean had more at risk. Ryer now claims that this was more than simply a battle with Jay-Z. It was a fight against an unjust legal system that, according to him, shielded Jay-Z. He also asserted that Jay-Z bribed attorneys to undermine the case, resulting in significant obstacles and delays. This is where it becomes even more tragic, though. Tragically, Reimer's mother died while he was still standing up for the truth. She passed away in one of the most horrifying ways imaginable. According to Jaguar Wright, listen to what she said.
Does not care. Prove that his mother wasn't a liar, because that's what they said his entire life while she was alive. Denying him makes her a liar. That woman was on the phone with the judge who was harassing her, telling her, demanding that she stop filing for paternity when she gave way and died. His mama died on the phone, trying to get proper acknowledgement to him. If your mama died like that, would you just sit around and let people keep calling her a liar?
The court ordered Jay-Z to reply to the file and submit to a DNA test, which would end the matter. But Reimer later reopened his lawsuit and was successful this time, because Jay-Z could have just taken the test, rather than shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars for legal fees. Fans now assumed that he was his father. Additionally, it was revealed a few days following the court's decision that Jay-Z and Beyoncé had taken out sizable mortgages on their Bel Air residence. They have a $57.75 million mortgage on their bear house, according to statistics that may be found online. With this, they have borrowed a total of $110 million on the property. Instead of undergoing the DNA test, there were now speculations that Jay-Z and Beyoncé needed the money to leave the country because, if the results were positive, it might be a case under RICO for him. Another person came up and accused Jay-Z of being her father. While everyone was still talking about the Carters taking out a mortgage on their home, and it made the internet go crazy, Altisha Mayer is now the woman making these fresh allegations. She claims that her relatives told her as a child that Jay-Z was her father. Based in Maryland, she claims that her mom used to know Jay-Z through her aunt. Furthermore, Letitia isn't questioning it at all. She claims to be positive that Jay-Z is her father. "I've been quiet for far too long," she posted on Instagram. "Come along with me as I share my experience of being Jay-Z's daughter and living in the shadows in a city where he was recognized as my father by all. How I saw my mother suffer from multiple sclerosis as a child in spite of my delightful mom's constant bed rest. I managed to raise 4 children, including twins, while attending full-time school and working 2 jobs at the hospital and prison. Additionally, She claimed to have taken an ancestry test that established Jay-Z as a father. The first fact is that it was recently verified with 99.9% accuracy using ancestry DNA. She stated, "Since I said fact number 1, I'm not coming forward with fact number 2. The third fact is that when I was a kid, my mother made an effort to get in touch with him. Support for celebrities is not the same as it is for you, daddy, baby. The fourth fact is that lawyers made fun of me. The fifth fact is that, except for their age, deadbeat dads are okay. The sixth fact is that I considered this every day of my life. Now that 28 years have passed, it's time to share my tale. How long should I have waited before making a public announcement?" The account was verified by Letitia's aunt, who says she introduced Jay-Z to Letitia's parents. "I know the story. From start to finish," she wrote in a Facebook post years ago. "I connected up your father and mother. When I lived on the 500 side of Greenwood Avenue, Jay asked me who she was. We spent a lot of time relaxing at that place. We smoked, drank and joked, played cards. Among other things, wrote about these accusations to Macer's aunt, I remember. When Lisa came to, she added, my home in Cambridge, Maryland on Bradley Avenue. Lisa and I tried to get in touch with Jay to let him know about Tesha. So we contacted Rockefeller. Do you know how many women call here every day and say Jay-Z is their baby daddy?" Was the man's precise statement. "My hand was added to God by her. Thus, what is done in secret will eventually be revealed, as Gloria Jean Turner once said. These are the days, ew. Chilly. Jay-Z is being accused of not just fathering one hidden child but two. That's crazy now." And there was a complete meltdown on the internet. However, everyone, the Beehive took it the hardest. Imagine being Beyonce and learning that your spouse may have two children outside of your marriage. That's not just a mess. If Jay-Z truly acknowledges that he is a father of one of these purported children, the situation becomes even more complicated. According to reports, it might pave the way for a RICO lawsuit. Yes, this goes beyond simple family drama. There could be severe legal repercussions. Not to mention that Jay-Z has previously been charged with cheating on Beyonce on several occasions throughout their marriage. We all remember the iconic elevator incident with Sanger Morris circulating. That had happened because Jay had stepped out on Bey, and he even owned up to infidelity in his 444 album, where he admitted he didn't know how to explain his behavior to his kid when she grew up. However, the Beehive was Jaguar Wright entered the fray and set the whole thing on fire while attempting to piece together all of this drama. Jaguar, who has been criticizing Jay-Z for years, revealed even more startling information on the supposed daughter of Jay-Z coming forward. Let's just say that everyone was talking about what she disclosed. Jaguar Wright stated that many in Maryland have long been aware that Alicia Mayer is Jay-Z's daughter. According to insiders, according to her, Jay-Z, Rockefeller, and Letitia's mother allegedly made a deal behind closed doors. Jay's career was apparently only getting started at the time, so having a child was the last thing he wanted. He was concentrating on his music and reputation. Jaguar continued by claiming that there was a purported contract with Rockefeller that said that, after Jay-Z's career took off, they would go back and get a DNA test to make sure everything is correct. However, she claims that never occurred. The insider claims that when Jaguar Wright asked a daring question, everyone was stunned speechless. "You guys genuinely think Jay-Z gave birth to his first child at 42? She noted that it's difficult to imagine he didn't have any children before Blue Ivy, given the kind of crazy life he led in the past, hooking up with numerous women and boasting. In his songs about selling nose candy and being homeless, Jaguar continued after that. In the future, she said, more people will come forward with what she believes to be genuine claims to be Jay-Z's offspring. She also claims that the results of the DNA tests would be positive. The key question now is what will Beyonce do with all of this? Stay with Jay-Z through the storm or leave him at last? Let's be honest for a moment. Given his background on the streets, where nothing was assured, Jay-Z's decision to have his first child at 40 always seemed a little strange. And this whole thing is really eye-opening, everyone. As we wait to see how Beyonce responds to all of this, all we can say at this moment is that the coming days are going to be really intriguing. Will she say something? Will she say nothing? In any case, the internet is observing and anticipating responses. Fans were chatting after Jaguar Wright revealed the truth about Jay-Z's other daughter. They commented, Beyonce must find it difficult to accept that Jay-Z had a life before her if his children are indeed his. He must acknowledge them. She had better go see his son right away. Take a test to establish they are siblings, and then share the results with the world to keep them safe. Since her fan base says something, Beyonce and Jay should be truthful. That's just the way things are. Jay has been around, which isn't a huge problem. But you really need to tell these kids whether you're the father or not. Do you believe Jay-Z is her biological father? Or do you think you would be better off taking a DNA test and ending the controversy? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Then take a look at this next.